Sorry, I had to start the video, new secondary video. This is still Flip the Buck. Basically, people wasn't being real or coming to this level of understanding that one would need to have in order to get this thing done. You gotta understand that this is not just me ranting. If you research pirates, if you research ninjas, if you research what a baron is, if you've researched what knights are and how they became the knights, excuse me, if you've actually traced and tracked down the history of how metalsmithing came to be and all that, and woodworking and things of that nature, or sewing and barter systems, or research what it means to be a community, then what I'm saying already should be known to you. It takes a village to raise somebody up. You guys can keep talking about what non-believers are doing or what Caucasians are doing to other people, and the reality is Native Americans built a system to where they were able to fight for their rights back from America, to where now they're getting land back from America, they're getting waterways back from America, they're getting money from America, they're getting free education from America. People don't know that, you know, and some Native Americans will say, well, I'm not getting that. Well, you're not really, truly 100% a Native American, are you? Whatever. Jews are getting money from America. Jews are getting money from a fund that was for refugees after Hitler, that were for people from the death camps. The Irish got built up. A lot of people got built up by learning to separate from other people and regroup. When you're in a war that you cannot win, you have to learn how to retreat, regroup, come back stronger, and then go back into war. There's so many times where what it meant to beat an enemy was for you to go back home and have a whole bunch of babies and get stronger. Now, please, have a lot of babies, yes, but the whole entire thing is that you should be buying used books. You should be putting coins into a pot in preparation to give to someone that is mentally sophisticated enough to be able to do the things that it takes to change the scope of your people. Because you might die and not do anything to support your children. But there is a chance, if you look at a greater vision, that your great-great-grandchildren can be free because you strengthen someone else's abilities. And if you play things smart and wise, there are systems throughout history that you can be able to use if you open up a book and read it. There are things that you could start seeing on TV in 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. You might be 117 years old when it finally happens that your people were able to pull themselves out of the gutter, to where it's not about your daughter being naked no more, gutter dancing all the time. It's not about smoking weed and doing drugs all the time. It's not about the rap game. Not that rapping ain't cool, but most of this rap is garbage. It's about a nation. It goes back to basics, the foundation of anything. The foundation of the Bible is family. Adam is the son of Yahuwah. Adam was Adam, Atom. That Egyptians call him Atom. That's Adam. Was the son of the creator of all things. He wanted the best for his child. He designed animals. Animals didn't suit his child. He had to do the same thing to his child that he did to himself to be able to take care of what he felt would be a necessity for him. He pulled something out of himself called the breath of life, created Adam. He took a part of Adam and created Eve. And in that, from out of your substance, from out of your existence, you need to know how to press yourself to be able to take care of others. Your lives are not your own. I've been depressed lately, trying to make sure that the things that I say to people and the things I talk to people are the right thing. The most depressing thing, when I say depressing, man, if I didn't love the Lord, I'd be finding something to try to fill in the gap, is to know the thing to say and have to have the maturity not to say it. Because at this time, people ain't really ready for it. They talk a lot of game. There's all this Hallel Yahuwah and Israel, yeah, Yisrael, yeah, or Black Power and all this other stuff. That's all mouth until stuff start happening. You live in a city like the city I live in, and the true testament, which I had to remember how I used to do things, is not if I get Facebook likes. I can get 90 Facebook likes on something, or I can get 90 people to back me with $10, $100, and open up buildings. I got tons of books, got tons of skills. I done pinned up all my art tools so I can get into my stuff down pat, and trying to figure out ways I can make money off of it so that I can do things right. Even ask people to give me ideas, because sometimes people with artistic ability can be dumb when it comes to being able to figure out ways to market it. But I'm trying because I want to see things thrive for my people. Family members and friends get so mad off of $10 and $3 and $20. Strangers be getting stomped out over a cigarette, you know. And it's easy to say, man, if I'd never spent a dollar on anybody else, I'd have this or have that or have this or have that. It's another thing to realize there's a treasure in investing in your people, man. To know that that man was able to keep his job because of $20. Now, $20 to you might sound a lot, but for some of us, when I was 13, $20 was 5 hours of work. No, $20 was about 9 hours of work when I was about 13. When I was 14, it was about 5 hours of work. When I was 19, that was about roughly 2 hours of work. Today, that's about roughly a little bit over an hour worth of work. When minimum wage changes, that tax goes up on my stuff. With my 2 degrees, my 2 national certifications, my 5 certifications and all this stuff, it ain't gonna mean squat, because it's gonna be right back down to me making $3.75 an hour. Every single time that thing has changed, it has screwed us. But people keep thinking small time because they keep thinking about massa owe us. And they forget what they were supposed to do to get past what they needed to get. The jobs I was making $3.75 an hour for and getting 25-cent raises, people want the immediate gratification for doing nothing. That wasn't even supposed to be a permanent job for you. That was supposed to be temporary. You should have went to college. Oh, I had a baby. Man, people did not look out for us the way they should have looked out for us. in some nations, virginity was like very protected, and marriage was so important. Unions was what created nations and stopped wars and stuff like that. So for you to be freely giving away sex to somebody, that was terrible. And parents talk a good game, but the way this society is designed, we're not really walking our daughters home from school. They don't have brothers to walk them home from school. They don't have brethren, kinsmen. That means that my aunts and uncles live within walking distance in a nation, and I will go travel somewhere else to go see an extended family member. But there is no reason for you to be a tribe and to see someone grabbing your sister or your tribesman and taking her into a room and dropping down their load up in her, and it's not their wife, it's not his wife. You were supposed to go defend her. You were supposed to protect her. You were supposed to scold her and then bring her home so she could be scolded too. You were supposed to whoop him and then take him to his father so his father could whoop him because he disgraced him. Ain't nobody flipping the buck. Ain't nobody flipping the bill. Ain't nobody investing in themselves the way they need to invest. And people are going to think that I sound stupid. But having almost half of African American women, or having over half of African American women having one form of STD in their life is bad. Having people not have healthy, nourishing food, to where illnesses that will never touch the black man ever are now becoming genetic, meaning that each time that you marry somebody and have sex with them, it increases the odds of that thing that's in them and in you becoming permanent. But because you don't think outside that, because people don't train us, because people ain't living that life that they be talking all that tripe about living, we dying, yo. And you have to flip the buck. We're not adopting kids as we should. We're not fostering kids as we should. We're not a village anymore. We're not inviting family friends, friends of our children over to our houses to sit down and eat and talk, to find out what kind of parents these are that my child is dealing with, or that my child's friends have to deal with, because those people are going to have the mindsets that could either empower or create destruction of your household. You could try to teach your daughter right all times you want to. Try to teach your son right all times I want to. It's only going to take one fool to come up in their house with pornography, with cocaine, with ice of heroin, with some dice to play craps, with a gun to ruin everything that you work for. Teach a child where they should go and they should never part from it. That's a teaching in the Bible. Now understand that sometimes to teach your child, you might have to teach other kids. You might have to take care of other kids that don't belong to you. You're going to have to start treating other beings in this world as if they're your seed. You see, people think small time. They think, I want to get this meal right now. But sometimes getting that meal really means you're going to have to spend a meal to make sure that that next meal folds to 5 mil. Hire people in your job, pay for their schooling. Put that into your debt book. That's one more black man that got a degree that can do more things in your community because of what you just did. That's one more Christian, Hebrew Israelite, Muslim, Seventh-day Adventist, Catholic, whatever your belief or your faith is in Yah, That's one more person that could do something else. If you actually take the time to invest in your own kind. I post stuff all the time about this on Improving Black America. And I used to do it on my Facebook page. I'm squashing my Facebook page. Right now, if you look at my Facebook page, it says under construction. I'm about to take down all my messages and all my posts, and I'm just going to squash my Facebook page. That way I won't be distracted with trying to always look into what other people got going on and talk to them about it. I'd rather you come to me if you need to get things done than me interjecting in your life. And Facebook is a gossip page. So you gotta be careful of that. Now, it's been when me and my brother, he's my brother, was talking today, told him that people don't think before they get into big decisions. I asked somebody the other day how much it would be to raise a cow for me, because they already have cows, you know. They told me it's going to be $500 to raise that calf, but how much would it be to feed that cow? How much would you charge me to have you board that cow? Because if I can get that done, then that cow can produce milk, and I can get a license to produce milk, then I can buy a couple more cows. Eventually I can buy a bull. Eventually I can have more cows and more bulls. Eventually I can sell meat. Now I work from the time the sun starts to go up to the time after the sun goes down. Love my boss. He's Caucasian. He's Christian. Man, despite anything, I know that he has a strong love for people. Things I'm going through, when I come to work, it's almost like he already knows what's going on. And that man gets, and I'm set. I work for the best person on this earth right now. And that's that. You got a problem with that? I don't care. Go to hell. I know what I got right now. And I've been working since I was 13. I'm about to be 34 in a couple of weeks. I'm blessed beyond all things. I've worked for a man that's part of a secret organization, with a man that's part of a secret organization that could actually do some bad things to black people in general. I've worked for people that were racist. I've worked for people that were hateful. I work for people that look down on us because of the fact that we are African American. I work for people that just wanted to use me, hired other people, raised them up and paid them extra money, and would not raise my check. But as soon as I left, the place crumbled. And I praise Yah that Yah was able to show